Hello children. Children, today we are going to discuss chapter number 10, Mineral Resources. Children, we use many things in our day-to-day life like gold, silver, aluminium. Your mother uses salt while cooking. So what all these things are? These all things are minerals. Yes, these are some of the precious gifts given by the nature to us. So children, minerals are the substances which are found in rocks inside the earth. Right? These are really very useful. But do you know how these minerals are formed? These are formed naturally inside the earth. There is no human involvement for making these minerals. They are formed naturally. But these can be identified on the basis of their physical properties. Like there is a difference in its color, its density. Some are hardened, some are soft, some are found in the chemical like powdered form. So all these minerals are different from each other. Children, even some of the minerals are found inside the sea also. Not only earth, we get some minerals from the seabeds also. But children, do you know that we do not use these minerals in the same form as we get it from the nature? Right? Because they are mixed with some other materials which are termed as mineral ores. These are used to be extracted from these ores and then are used by us. The deep holes have been dug to take out these minerals, and these deep holes are termed as mines. And the process through which these minerals are being taken out from the mineral ores is known as mining. Right, children? Now, we use a variety of articles made from minerals, like we use coal and petroleum as a source of power generation. We use these minerals like iron, copper, aluminium for making utensils, machines, and in some other articles of daily use. We also use cement to build houses, which is this cement, do you know, is made from limestone. In this manner, these all minerals are used by us in some or the other manner. There are, children, two types of minerals. One is metallic mineral and other is non-metallic minerals. Now we are going to learn about these metallic minerals and non-metallic minerals one by one. But one more thing which I want to tell you is Chota Nagpur Plateau is largest mineral rich area in our country. We have already read about Chota Nagpur Plateau in the previous chapters. This particular area is rich in mineral wealth. Right? Plenty of minerals are found in this area. Now let us start with the types of mineral. First comes metallic minerals. What are metallic minerals now? Metallic minerals are the mineral that contains metals. For example, aluminium, iron, copper. These are all metallic minerals. These are very hard metals contained. Okay, now let us discuss these examples one by one. It is not given in your book in detail, but let us discuss about iron first. Iron, children, is used to make steel, which is used to make machines, coaches, bridges, dam. It is used for many purposes, right? It is even used in the construction of houses. But children, iron is not found in the pure form. It is found as iron ore, that is the rock which contains the content of iron. So out of this iron ore, iron is being extracted. Right? Now these iron ores are found in Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Odisha, Karnataka and Goa. It is then purified in the big factories which are termed as iron and steel plants or iron and steel factories. Now the places where these iron and steel plants are located in India are Jamshedpur, Bhilai, Durgapur, Rourkela, Bokaro, Bhadravati and Salem. Right, children? Now let us discuss about mica. Let me show you mica, children. Look here. This is mica. Can you see that? It is shining mineral which is found in the layers inside the earth. Do you know it is bad conductor of electricity, so it is used in making electrical appliances. Even the different types of paints and glasswares are also made out of mica. And do you know India is the producer of best quality of mica in the world, right? And the states where mica is being produced in India or found in India are Jharkhand, Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, Andhra Pradesh, right? It is even exported to many countries also, many other countries like Britain, USA, France, Japan and Canada. Right children? Now let us discuss about some other metallic minerals. Now look at this picture here. You can see some of the minerals here. This is iron, this is copper, this is gold, this is silver and this is manganese. Now we are going to discuss about these in detail one by one. It is not mentioned in the book. So let us discuss manganese now. Manganese children is used in making steel from iron. Yes. You have seen steel utensils. You people are using steel utensils at your home. That is also made from manganese and iron. It is used in making batteries, bleaching powder, electrical appliances, even used by some of the factories for making medicines and paints. Right children? Next come copper. Copper is a very soft metal which is good conductor of electricity, and this is the reason why it is used for making electric wires and some of the electrical appliances too. You must have seen copper utensils. Look here. These are some of the utensils which were being used by the kings in the ancient time. See, so this copper is used for making utensils also, sometimes for making machine tools, alloys and even coins. During ancient period, kings used coins which were made up of bronze or copper. Right children? Now let us discuss about gold. Gold is one of the most valuable metal in the world and is basically used for making jewelry. It is produced in small quantity in our country, but Kolar in Karnataka is famous throughout the world for producing gold. Right children? So these are some of the important metallic minerals which I really want to tell you. Now let us discuss about non-metallic minerals. Children, non-metallic minerals like coal, petroleum and natural gas, these are the three important non-metallic minerals. These are the minerals in which metals are not present. Right? They are even termed as fossil fuels. These particularly three non-metallic minerals which I told you, coal, petroleum and natural gas, these are also termed as fossil fuels. Fossil fuels means the remains of plants and animals, like fuel which are formed from the dead and decaying parts of animals or plants which were buried in the soil thousands of years back. They are termed as fossil fuels. Or coal and petroleum are formed out of these fossils only. That is why these are termed as fossil fuels. Now, coal is the main source of power generation in our country. Most of the coal mines are located in Jharkhand, West Bengal, Madhya Pradesh, Odisha and Tamil Nadu. And the coal mines in Jharia produce the good quality of coal. Coal is also used in factories, mills and powerhouses. It is used for cooking, heating and for many other purposes. So what does it mean? Coal is really very precious non-metallic mineral. It is even known as black diamond as it is black in color. Right children? Next comes petroleum. Petroleum is found deep under the grounds in the wells. It has to be pumped out, and the area from where oil is found is called oil field. Now where are these petroleum found? deep wells are dug inside the earth and to get the mineral oil. Even the people used to put on the powerful pumps लगाए जाते हैं जिनसे उस ऑयल को बाहर निकाला जाता है. But the oil which is being taken out is crude oil actually. Crude oil means that is not the purified form. It is then further being refined, and the products which are being prepared out of it are petrol, diesel, kerosene, LPG, grease, wax. These are all prepared from the crude oil in these refineries only. Refineries are the places where the petroleum or the crude oil is being purified. Right, children? Now, kerosene oil and LPG are used for the cooking purpose also. We people are using LPG cylinders. That is one of the byproduct of this petroleum only, this crude oil only. Children, most of the oil fields of India are located in Assam, Gujarat and Mumbai. And out of this, Mumbai is also known as one of the major center of petroleum, and the refinery located there is known as Bombay High. From there, children, the crude oil is taken through pipelines and being taken further to the refineries for purification. In India, many of the big oil refineries are located. Some of them are at Mumbai, Chennai, Kochi, Baroda, Digboi, Mathura and Digboi. This is the place where the first oil refinery was being made. Okay, in India, crude oil is found in Digboi for the first time. Okay, rest comes Mathura, Barauni, Guwahati. These are some of the places where these oil refineries are located. Children, further in this chapter, they have given the distribution of minerals. Minerals we have already discussed, like iron, bauxite, mica, copper, manganese. I have already told you about these minerals. So you just go through this map yourself, as they have given the various places where these minerals are found in India. Next comes conservation of mineral resources. Children, these minerals are very limited. It took around thousands of years to form these minerals, millions of years sometime even. Therefore, it is really very necessary to use these minerals wisely and conserve them too. Because if we are not going to use them wisely, they will be exhausted one day. They will get finished up. So we should not waste them so that the upcoming generations should also use it. So we should try to find out some alternative sources. How? Like in place of coal and petroleum, these are one of the major power sources. So instead of using coal and petroleum, if we just shift towards solar and wind energy, so these two minerals will be preserved. This is how, if we will be able to find out some of the alternative resources, so the usage of these will be reduced, and this is how we can conserve our mineral wealth. So it is our duty to protect our mineral wealth at all cost. So children, this is all about the chapter. I hope you all have understood it. Thank you.